This is episode 96. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season, the podcast where we explore the rich tapestry of wellness in all its forms. I'm your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach turned wellness coach, as well as a certified parenting coach, dedicated to empowering others to rediscover their identity in their current season of life. My goal is to help you thrive both as an individual and as a parent. Welcome to episode 96 of Wellness in Every Season, titled Turning Feelings into Fuel for Success. Today, we're exploring a concept that turns traditional thinking on its head, using emotions as a powerful resource in the pursuit of achievement. For so long, emotions have been labeled as obstacles, something to control, suppress, or even ignore. But what if they're not obstacles at all? What if they're the secret ingredient to momentum, the driving force behind the energy you need to succeed? Think about it. Those moments when emotions seem to take over, excitement that propels you into action, frustration that sparks creative problem solving, fear that sharpens your focus and forces clarity. These feelings aren't random. They're signals, they're energy, and they're waiting to be harnessed. In today's episode, we'll uncover the essential role emotions play in decision-making, goal setting, and sustained success. And this absolutely has to do with wellness, so let's go. You'll learn how to stop working against your emotions and instead use them as tools to achieve your goals. Together, we'll break down the science of emotions, share practical strategies to channel them effectively, and discover why emotions aren't just part of being human. They're the key to unlocking your potential. Success isn't just about strategy or effort. It's about the energy and intention you bring to every moment. Emotions are at the very core of that process, and today we'll explore how to harness them to create a life that truly aligns with your purpose. Emotions are not just abstract feelings. They are energy in motion. Think of moments in your life when emotions like passion, excitement, or even anger gave you the energy to take action. These memories are coming up for me too, just even saying it. These feelings, when harnessed, can become the driving force that helps you overcome obstacles, push through challenges, and stay committed to your goals. Emotions are like the fuel for the engine of your success. But it's up to you to decide how to use them. This is something I've been working on deeply with my somatics coach, Amber Chapman. Through our sessions, we've learned how emotions don't just exist in the mind, they live in the body. Excitement might show up as a quickened heartbeat, fear as tightness in the chest, or calm as a grounded, open sensation. Recognizing this connection between emotions and the body has been transformative. By tuning into what my body is telling me, I've been able to reframe emotions that felt overwhelming and use them instead to fuel intentional action. For example, anger often gets a bad reputation, but it can be a powerful emotion when directed constructively. Anger can highlight areas where boundaries are being crossed or change is desperately needed. Instead of reacting impulsively, channel that energy into solving a problem, setting a boundary, or taking a bold step toward a goal. Similarly, joy isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's an emotional signal that points to alignment and fulfillment. When you experience joy, you can use it to identify what truly matters and double down on those activities. Understanding emotions as energy allows you to step out of the mindset that emotions are barriers to success. Instead, they become signals that guide your choices and sources of power to sustain your momentum. We'll build on this idea throughout the episode, exploring how to align emotions with goals and overcome patterns that block progress. Now that we've explored how emotions and our energy and motion, let's dive into practical tools and exercises that can help you channel this energy effectively. Recognizing emotions as a source of power is the first step, but the real transformation happens when you start working with them intentionally. One of the most effective tools is mindful breathing, a practice I've used to create space between an overwhelming emotion and my reaction. For example, if I feel frustration bubbling up, I take a moment to pause and focus on my breath. By simply inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling for 4, I can feel the tension start to shift. Another trick that I do is I use VU. Instead of M like moo, VU. So you take a breath in, Ooh, on the way out. The really nice vibration there helps a lot. This practice not only calms the nervous system, but also creates an opportunity to decide how I want to use that emotion. Journaling is another powerful exercise that helps you process and understand your emotions. When you write down what you're feeling, you give those emotions a voice. Start by naming the emotion, whether it's anger, joy, or fear. Then ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Over time, this practice can reveal patterns and provide insights into how certain emotions connect to your goals or challenges. For emotions like anxiety or fear, visualization is a game changer. If you're anxious about a presentation or a project, close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding. Picture the moment in detail, how you look, how you feel, the reaction of those around you. By aligning the positive emotions of confidence and accomplishment with your goals, you can transform anxiety into excitement and motivation. Another tool I love is reframing. I use this pretty naturally at this point. This involves consistently shifting the way you interpret an emotion. Let's say you're nervous about stepping out of your comfort zone. Instead of viewing that nervousness as a sign to retreat, see it as a signal for growth. Ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? Or how can I turn this discomfort into action? The simple shift in perspective can turn fear into curiosity or frustration into determination. These tools aren't just about managing emotions, they're about leveraging them as resources. Whether it's through mindfulness, journaling, visualization, or reframing, each practice builds your capacity to process emotions effectively and channel them toward your goals. As we continue, we'll look at the science behind why emotions impact decision making, focus, and energy, so you can better understand their role in shaping success. For now, I invite you to pick one of these tools and give it a try. Which emotion is most present in your life right now? And how can you begin to work with it today? By taking small, intentional steps, you'll start to see how these practices can transform your relationship with emotions and set the stage for greater success. Find a comfortable place to sit or stand where you won't be interrupted for the next few minutes. Gently close your eyes, or if you prefer, soften your gaze. Begin by taking a deep breath in through your nose, allowing your belly to expand fully, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Now, bring your attention to your body. Notice where you might be holding tension or energy. Maybe it's in your chest, your stomach, or your shoulders. Without judgment, simply observe what you feel and where you feel it. If a specific emotion comes to mind, name it. For example, this is frustration, or this is joy. As you focus on that area, imagine your breath moving directly to it. Inhale deeply, as though your breath is softening and expanding that space. And exhale slowly, releasing any tightness or discomfort. With each inhale, you're inviting understanding and compassion for this emotion. With each exhale, you're releasing resistance and allowing the energy of the emotion to flow freely. Now, let's deepen the connection. As you continue to breathe, ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me? If it's fear, perhaps it's signaling an opportunity for growth. If it's joy, maybe it's showing you what matters most. Trust whatever comes up, even if it's just a simple sensation or thought. For the final part of this practice, visualize the energy of this emotion as a color or light. It's my favorite part. Imagine it growing stronger with each inhale, filling your entire body with a sense of power and clarity. With each exhale, see that light spreading outward, creating a ripple effect of calm, focus, or motivation, whatever you need in this moment. Take one more deep inhale and hold it for a count of 4. Then exhale completely, releasing any remaining tension. When you're ready, gently open your eyes or return your gaze to the present moment. Emotions aren't just abstract experiences. They're rooted in the chemistry and wiring of our brains. When we experience an emotion, it's not just a fleeting feeling, it's a whole body event triggered by the brain's emotional centers, like the amygdala. This response activates hormones like cortisol or dopamine, which impact everything from our focus to our decision making. For instance, when you feel fear, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone, which prepares your body to respond to danger. While this can help in immediate, high-stakes situations, prolonged fear or stress can cloud judgment and drain your energy. On the other hand, emotions like joy or excitement trigger dopamine, the reward chemical, which boosts motivation and helps you stay focused on your goals. The way emotions affect our focus is tied to the brain's prefrontal cortex, which manages decision-making and problem-solving. Positive emotions like excitement can enhance this area, allowing us to think creatively and make confident choices. Conversely, negative emotions like frustration or anxiety can create mental blocks, but only if they go unchecked. The key is recognizing these patterns and understanding how to redirect them. That is where I come in as a coach. One fascinating area of research is how emotions affect risk-taking. Studies show that when people are in a heightened emotional state, whether it's excitement or fear, they're more likely to take risks. The question is, are those risks aligned with your goals, or are they impulsive reactions? Learning to pause and assess your emotional state before making big decisions can ensure you're acting from a place of alignment rather than reactivity. Emotions are also contagious, thanks to mirror neurons in our brains that allow us to pick up on the feelings of those around us. This is why managing our own emotions isn't just about personal success. It can have a ripple effect on the team, family, or community. When you bring calm, focus, or positivity to the table, you create an environment that supports collective success. Understanding the science behind emotions helps you see that they're not random or uncontrollable. They're part of a system designed to guide and protect you. The challenge is learning to interpret these signals and use them intentionally. In the next segment, we'll discuss how to align these emotional signals with your goals, turning them into anchors that keep you motivated and focused on what truly matters. Welcome back. I hope you found that moment refreshing. Before we dive into our next key point, I want to take a quick moment to say that the best way you can support me and this podcast is by purchasing one of my programs, signing up for one-on-one coaching, and of course, sharing the show with others. Your support allows me to continue creating valuable content that empowers each of us to live more fully and embrace wellness in every season of life. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. Now let's dive into our next key point. Welcome. Are you craving moments that nourish both your soul and family amidst the blur of daily tasks? I understand that desire for a life that brings peace, balance, and joy, not just endless to-dos. That's why I created a range of programs at Wellness in Every Season to help you transform daily routines into meaningful experiences. Recently, I've launched a variety of offerings designed for busy, budget-conscious individuals, some free and others starting at just $7. Many can be completed in a few minutes or hours, while others dive deeper into exploring your dreams, desires, and unique strengths. These programs focus on practical self-care, creating equity in your home, and building trust with yourself. Imagine stepping into your day with confidence and ease, feeling supported by a community on a similar path. Whether you're looking to reclaim time, pursue your dream job, or simply find joy in the little moments, there's something here for you. All resources are available on demand at wellnessinEverySeason.com. You can also book private coaching sessions for more personalized support on your journey. Emotional intelligence and leadership. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is one of the most important skills you can develop if you want to succeed as a leader, parent, or even as a partner. I took a whole course on this. It's amazing, and I am certified to then do the course for you if that is something that you want to do. I need enough people to join at one time for it to be possible. It's not about suppressing or avoiding emotions, but rather understanding them, both in yourself and in others, and using that understanding to foster connection and inspire action. There are 5 components of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Let's break those down briefly and see how they apply to leadership. Self-awareness is the foundation. It's about recognizing what you're feeling and why. For example, if you're frustrated during a meeting, self-awareness helps you pause and ask, what's causing the frustration? Is it miscommunication, or am I feeling overwhelmed? By identifying the root of the emotion, you can respond more thoughtfully. Self-regulation is what allows you to channel emotions productively. A great leader doesn't lash out when they're stressed. Instead, they find ways to use that energy to solve problems or refocus a team. Self-regulation might look like stepping away to take a few deep breaths or reframing a challenge as an opportunity. Motivation ties directly to the ability to use emotion to propel yourself forward. Emotionally intelligent leaders are driven not just by external rewards, but by an internal sense of purpose. They inspire others by showing them how passion and persistence can overcome obstacles. Empathy is one of the most powerful tools in leadership. When you can understand and validate someone else's emotions, you create trust and connection. This doesn't mean fixing everyone's problems. It means truly listening and making others feel seen and valued. Finally, social skills come into play. These include communication, conflict resolution, and the ability to foster collaboration. An emotionally intelligent leader knows how to navigate different personalities and create an environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute. What makes emotional intelligence so impactful is the ripple effect. When you manage your emotions effectively, it sets the tone for those around you. For example, if you remain calm and focused during a crisis, encourages your team or your family to do the same. Leadership isn't just about managing tasks or goals. It's about managing energy and emotions, both yours and others. In the next segment, we'll dive into practical life hacks for building emotional intelligence and using it in your daily interactions. But for now, think about a recent situation where your emotions played a role in how you led or influenced others. Were you self-aware? Did you practice empathy or self-regulation? These reflections are the starting point for strengthening your emotional intelligence. Welcome to today's life hack on building emotional intelligence. Building emotional intelligence into your daily routine. Emotional intelligence isn't just about big transformative moments. It's about the small, consistent practices that you weave into your everyday life to create long-term change. Today's life hack focuses on simple strategies to enhance your emotional awareness and connection, even on the busiest of days. Start with a daily emotional check-in. Decide 2 minutes in the morning or evening, I do it both times, to ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Actually, try to do it 3 times a day. And name the emotion without judgment. This small act of labeling your feelings builds self-awareness, which is the foundation of emotional intelligence. For example, you might realize you're feeling stressed about an upcoming task or content because of a positive interaction earlier in the day. By naming it, you're already creating space to process it. Next, try the stop technique during moments of emotional intensity. Stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, observe what you're feeling and where it's showing up in your body. Proceed with a conscientious choice. Simple practice helps you shift from reacting impulsively to responding thoughtfully, allowing you to approach situations with greater clarity and control. Another hack is to practice active listening to strengthen empathy. When you're in a conversation, focus entirely on what the other person is saying, without preparing your response or interrupting. Repeat back what you've heard to ensure understanding, such as, what I'm hearing is that you're feeling frustrated because of X. It not only validates the other person's emotions, but also deepens your connection with them. Finally, cultivate gratitude as a grounding practice. Take a moment at the end of each day to reflect on one emotion you experienced and how it served you. Even challenging emotions like frustration or sadness can reveal something valuable. For example, frustration might have pushed you to tackle a difficult task, or sadness might have reminded you how much you care about something. Reframing emotions in this way helps you develop a more positive and resilient mindset. These small actions, practiced consistently, build emotional intelligence over time. Whether it's checking in with yourself, managing emotions in the moment, or connecting with others on a deeper level, these hacks make emotional mastery a part of your everyday life. Up next, we'll move into our 6th and final key point, exploring how emotions drive productivity and how you can create rituals that channel your feelings into meaningful progress. Stay tuned. Your emotions and productivity are deeply intertwined. Have you ever noticed how your mood can affect your ability to concentrate or complete tasks? I have. When you're feeling positive emotions like excitement or joy, work often feels effortless and engaging. On the other hand, emotions like frustration or fear can create mental blocks that make even simple tasks feel overwhelming. The key is learning to recognize these emotional states and intentionally channel them to support your productivity. Let's start with the simple truth. Your emotions provide valuable energy. Emotions like excitement and anticipation naturally motivate action, while emotions like frustration can serve as a signal to reevaluate your approach or solve a problem. The trick is knowing how to harness these feelings rather than being derailed by them. One powerful strategy is to create emotional rituals that set the tone for your day. For example, start your morning with a practice that uplifts your mood. This could be journaling about what you're looking forward to, practicing gratitude, or doing a quick workout to release endorphins. By beginning your day in a positive emotional state, you're setting yourself up for focused, productive energy. Anchor specific emotions to tasks. For example, if you're working on a creative project, try tapping into emotions like curiosity or joy by visualizing the excitement of completing it. If you're tackling a challenging task, harness determination by reminding yourself of the bigger goal it serves. Associating emotions with actions helps you stay connected to your purpose. Another hack is to use emotional cues to manage your energy levels. If you notice your focus is waning, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Sometimes a quick emotional reset, like stepping outside for fresh air, taking a few deep breaths, or even shifting your mindset with a reframe, can restore your energy and get you back on track. Finally, end your day with a reflective ritual. Ask yourself, what emotions helped me today, and how did they show up in my work? This practice not only reinforces positive habits, but also builds self-awareness over time, allowing you to identify patterns that enhance your productivity. Productivity isn't just about time management. It's about energy management. And emotions are one of your greatest energy sources. By learning to recognize and channel them, you can create a rhythm in your work that feels both sustainable and fulfilling. Here are 10 coaching questions to guide you in reflecting on your emotions and using them to enhance your success. What emotions do you find most motivating, and how can you invite more of it into your daily life? Which emotions tend to hold you back, and what steps can you take to reframe or channel it constructively? When you're feeling overwhelmed, how do you use mindfulness or breath work to pause and reset? Think about a recent situation where your emotions influenced your decision making. How did they help or hinder you? What specific emotion do you want to anchor in your current goals? And how can you cultivate that feeling regularly? How often do you check in with yourself to name and understand what you're feeling? Could building this habit strengthen your self-awareness? What practice or rituals could you introduce to start your day with positive emotional energy? Who in your life could benefit from your empathy or emotional intelligence? And how can you show up for them more intentionally? When have you successfully transformed a challenging emotion into a source of power or momentum? What can you learn from that experience? What is one small action you can take today to use your emotions as fuel for progress toward your goals? These questions are crafted to encourage gentle introspection and action, helping you engage with these practices on a deeper, more intentional level. Each question opens the door for greater self-awareness, allowing you to cultivate kindness towards yourself and nurture a growth-focused mindset. You can find these questions written out in the transcripts on my website at wellnessineveryseason.com/podcast-transcripts for easy reference. Take your time with them and don't feel pressured to answer all at once. This is your journey. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Wellness in Every Season. Today we uncovered how emotions, often seen as barriers, can actually serve as powerful tools to fuel your success. We explored how emotions are energy in motion, learned practical strategies to channel them intentionally, and even engaged in a mindfulness practice to connect more deeply with our feelings. From diving into the science behind emotions to discussing how emotional intelligence can transform your leadership and productivity, we've covered ways to embrace your emotions as allies on your journey. You also reflected on thought-provoking coaching questions designed to inspire action and growth, all with the goal of helping you step into your day with greater intention and alignment. If you'd like to visit the coaching questions or any part of this episode, You can find the transcript at wellnessinaeveryseason.com/podcast-transcripts. Thank you for being here and for choosing to invest in your growth and well-being. I can't wait to connect with you again in the next episode. Until then, take care and know that your emotions are your greatest source of energy. Use them well. Next week, we will be talking about homesteading with Amy Tay. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. I am your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach dedicated to empowering individuals to rediscover their identity, find balance amidst chaos, strengthen relationships, and pursue their dreams. My goal is to help people thrive in every aspect of their lives. I hope today's discussion inspired you and offered valuable insights. You can work one-on-one with me or on demand through one of my programs by visiting wellnessinaeveryseason.com. Stay engaged in our wellness community by signing up for my newsletter.com/free-resources. When you join, you'll have the option to receive a 5-day guide called Awaken and Unwind, 5 days to mastering your mornings and evenings, along with free guides, special offers on my programs, practical tips, personal stories, and much more. Sign up and share it with others. I put a lot into it, and that's where you will find me showing up the most. Don't miss these valuable resources designed to help you thrive in every area of wellness in every season of life. Join today and start your journey to wellness in every season. Your shares, subscriptions, or reviews for this podcast help us reach more people seeking empowerment. So please spread the word about our podcast. Thank you for being a part of our podcast community, and I look forward to continuing our conversation, sharing stories, and exploring wellness in all its aspects. One last thing to cover the show legally. I am a certified life coach and a certified parenting coach, giving general advice. I have a bachelor's in applied health, so I use that for the wellness aspect. So think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor or therapist. Because I don't know you personally, I'm not offering you personal advice. This is very general. If you want personal one-on-one coaching, go to my website, wellnessinaeveryseason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me for you. I will see you in next week's episode. Bye. One last thing to cover this show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor, therapist, or any other qualified expert. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified coach, go to my website at wellnessinaeveryseason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me. See you in next week's episode.